The New York Islanders keep wheeling and dealing. The other day it was a trade with the Rangers. Today it's a trade with the Devils. The Islanders have acquired Ondrej Palat, a 2026 third, and a 2027 sixth in exchange for forward Maxim Tsyplakov. And, funnily enough, this is a trade where a lot of Devils fans are going out there and saying, why would the Islanders do this? They're getting picks. Maybe they hope that Ondrej Palat just needs a change of scenery. What, 27 or so miles? Here's the thing with the Islanders and Ondrej Palat. Palat has not been good this season. 34 years old, signed on till the end of next year, making $6 million a season, and he's got 10 points in 51 games played. You look at his body of work in Tampa, you look at the back-to-back Stanley Cup championships, you look at the former 60-point season that he was able to have a decade ago, and Ondrej Palat, by all accounts, is a guy that I think the Lightning saw a lot of value in. The Devils tried to capitalize on that, they tried to add that to their organization, but Ondrej Palat became an obstacle. A guy whose contract, plus the stipulations on it, if we go over to puckpedia.com, we can see that Palat right now has a no move and a modified no trade. Because of this stipulation in the deal, it held the New Jersey Devils back from being able to acquire Quinn Hughes. And there was a lot of angst in the Devils fan base. There was some reported tension in the Devils locker room because the team could not acquire Quinn. And all fingers were pointing to Ondrej Palat and Dougie Hamilton as to being the two main contracts that held up New Jersey in that respect. So now, Palat is gone. He's a New York Islander. And along with 2 draft picks, the Isles are getting themselves a package for Maxim Tsyplakov, a 27-year-old, 6'3", 190, signed on till the end of next season, making $2.25 million a year. Tsyplakov has not had a good season thus far, 2 points in 27 games played. He has missed a lot of time. I remember talking about Tsyplakov a few years ago because he was a very highly touted KHL free agent. We did make videos talking about how various NHL teams were interested in signing the former Spartak Moscow native, and inevitably it was the Islanders who got him. He scored 35 points in 77 games last year in his first NHL campaign, but then again, you gotta remember, he was 26 for that entire season, so obviously, it's not like Tsyplakov is gonna get any better at this stage. I guess you can say there is some upward development to be had because he's been in the NHL for so little time, but Tsyplakov is more of a middle 6 to bottom 6 big guy that can produce some offense, who did have some better days in the KHL. And the New Jersey Devils, really, they're not making this trade because they really like Tsyplakov. They're making this trade because they're getting rid of Ondrej Palat. And the price included to do that is the 2 draft picks over here, which is why this deal is getting done. I mean, other questions are going out there and asking, like, hey, what exactly do the Islanders get out of this? They appear to have a hopeless weakness for forwards in their 30s, making $4 to $7 million per year. The F is this weird New York Metro circle jerk of trades the last few days. This isn't supposed to happen. The Devils and the Islanders realistically have been amicable for years. The Isles didn't earn the nickname of the Devils' retirement home for no reason. This feels extremely random. Tsyplakov has 2 points in 27 games, and one of those points was last night. And then there's no salary retained on the deal, courtesy of what Elliot Friedman went out there and said. Rare Fitzgerald win, honestly. Worst case scenario, you got $4 million of cap space with a third and a sixth, and Tsyplakov put up 0.5 points per game last year and is only 27. I'ma be real. Fitz has almost made moves that look like wins in the moment. Besides the Palat signing and a couple of others, they always look good and then blow up in his face right after. Hard to see how this trade for New Jersey could be one of those unless they draft some demon with one of the picks. So obviously there seems to be a decent amount of value going over to the Devils, and freeing up Ondrej Palat is indeed tremendous value there too. If you're a Devils fan, I want you to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel about this trade over here? Doesn't seem like there's too many extreme reactions to this one. There are enough people going out there and saying that the Islanders are actually not adding that bad of a player. I mean, Ondrej Palat, if he's not being tasked with being a middle-to-top six scorer, then I guess you're probably okay with the versatility he can bring in your lineup. I mean, he has been an NHL champion in the past. He has won the Stanley Cup twice. He made the finals 3 years in a row. He does have experience. He does have value in terms of bringing that vibe into the locker room. And who would have known this about the New York Islanders, man? A year they draft first overall, by some miracle of the lottery balls, ends up kickstarting their retool on the fly and pushing it into overdrive. They get the first overall pick the year they trade away Noah Dobson, and then, just a year later, they're in the market looking to be buyers. They got Carson Soucy. They got Ondrej Palat. They're trading away draft picks to make these acquisitions work. I honestly respect the grind here from Matthew Darche. Say what you want about how Ondrej Palat has been an obstacle. He sucks. He prevented the Devils from getting Quinn Hughes, etc., etc. These are all issues that New Jersey dealt with. These are not issues that the New York Islanders are expecting to have on their plate because they already have a team that they feel is worth it. And player to player, mano a mano, Palat is better than Tsyplakov, so I would say that New York is getting better here. So the fact that they could also get some draft picks to make this work too, it makes sense, honestly. You have Frank Saravalli going out there and saying this pretty impressive swing by Darche in 24 hours, trading with his two crosstown rivals. Essentially, he has gotten Soucy, Palat, and a 6th-round pick for Tsyplakov, while also potentially improving his pick position in the 2026 3rd round, leveraging cap space to improve. That's exactly what happened here, too. The Islanders sent over a 3rd-round pick to get Soucy. They got a 3rd and a 6th and Palat for Tsyplakov, so the 3rds cancel each other out. When you trade away Maxim Tsyplakov and you upgrade your 3rd-round pick, whilst also getting Soucy, Palat, and the 6th, it does make your team better. There are some folks going out there and saying that, yeah, I wouldn't call acquiring these guys improving, but I get it. You need to go out there and do something. I don't necessarily think that Palat and Soucy are that bad. I know yesterday we spoke about how Soucy was really put in a tough spot with the Rangers and he sucked in Vancouver, but if you're going over to an Islanders team, I already said that I think Soucy would fit well with what the Islanders like to do, their sort of defensive structure and the tendencies they have on the ice. Ondrej Palat could be just a very nice veteran presence guy, so I do see some good value out of here from the Islanders and the Devils' point of view on this trade. You can let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel about this entire deal going down? Palat, a 3rd and a 6th for Tsyplakov. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.